Welcome back here to Canale Arena. Eli Savoy with you as tonight the Bucks fall to Lee University 69-57. Now joined by the head coach of the Bucks, Mike Nienaber. And Coach, we talked about it before the game. That you just have been struggling shooting the basketball, and it continues tonight. Just 2 of 15 from three-point range, 22 of 50 overall. And meanwhile, Lee was red hot, and it's just tough to win that way.
Yeah, and you know, you've always got to say, you give them credit defensively and ask what are we doing defensively, because they were getting clean open looks. We were hurrying on several. I mean, I think they just contested and did a better job defensively as much as anything. I give them credit for that. I don't know what in the world where we are mentally, and I think, you know, maybe one of those things too where you got guys struggling on offense and then it carries over to their defensive end, and you know the shooting has just been brutal for 2 weeks now, and you know hopefully we can figure it out. You know, we're just going to have to go look at film and go back to the drawing board a little bit. You know, and we got a lot. You know, on top of the fact that I don't think we played very well. I don't think we played defense very well. Adam is continuing to struggle, which is critical for us. But you know, we're playing without Jeff. Not to make excuses, but you don't have one of your key players. Other players are struggling, and then Jordan goes down, and you know, when Adam's struggling, you know, Jordan has been able to pick us up at times and actually came in there and got a couple buckets early when, like I said, when we were struggling, and we're still in the ball game. We're 5 or 6 down at 7 down at halftime, but we just, you know, I wish I knew. I mean, I wish I knew. I mean, all I can say is I'm going to go look at film and try to see if I can see something on film that I'm not seeing while I'm watching it, and you know, trying to find the right combination of players. You know, now we've been playing 8 guys, and you know, we've had our share of success with those 8 guys up till 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. But now it's like I said tonight, 2 of those 8 were gone. Yeah. And 2 of those 8, you know, I don't know. Jeff may be ready for Saturday. That's touch and go. Mitch is banged up a little bit. He had to take himself out of the game in the second half. So you know, it's tough, you know. And you know, Joe was a little under the weather tonight and didn't, you know, but he showed some signs, but he struggled defensively. He's got to get tougher, but you know, got to get stronger. That's one of those things that a lot of our guys got to get stronger in the off season, but. I'll tell you, I wish I knew.
Well, the thing is, as we talk about it, you know they can shoot the basketball. Like we've seen that. So when you're struggling, it's like the whole team goes into a shooting slump. It's hard because it almost becomes a mental thing, but there's no real answer. And if there was somebody out there that knew the answer to solving those, they'd be making a lot of money right now. So it's got to be a difficult thing. Yeah.
And you know, and we've got some guys like Charlie Oswald's capable of coming in and getting. He's a guy that was a very good shooter while we recruited him. You know, and it's not fair to him. The one reason I went with him over some of the other guys, because he's been in here consistently, even though he hasn't been playing, continuing to shoot, continuing to work on his game, which I respect more than anything. You know, and he got one tonight, and we actually scored on it because he was wide right. It looked like a Bengals extra point, and you know, Cody got it under the basket and laid it in. But you know, Charlie's one. You know, hopefully, maybe you know, between him and JT, maybe we'll get some minutes there. And those guys are capable. So, you know, we got some guys maybe that haven't been getting to play. They're going to get a chance a little bit here because between injuries and a lot of people not playing well. And funny thing is, I thought Alex, who we benched, I thought he came in and played pretty well tonight. So, you know, we'll probably get him back in there Saturday and go from there.
And Cody Garbazinski, who was in the starting lineup tonight, 10 points, 6 rebounds for him. He did a lot of the things that you expect out of him.
Cody was doing more of the things that we got to get, you know, everybody doing. You know, I mean, the intensity, you know, that's why Cody's always been a part of the mix. Even at times when he hasn't been doing as much offensively, looking to score. I mean, he's a little bit slow to take the 3 when he's open, but you know, he gives you 110% all the time, and you know, we need more of that.
So what do you do in the next couple of days before Saturday?
Well, it's just one day, and you know, really, you go watch film, and we'll look at the film of this game as coaches, and if we see anything that's glaring that we feel like we got to show, we'll come in tomorrow, and tomorrow will be a lot more X and O in film than it will actually practice. You know, we'll do shooting, we'll get our shooting drills in, and hopefully keep working at it, because we talked about it before the game. We took a day off of shooting. We didn't do our our station shooting yesterday. We're going to do it tomorrow. And just see
that wasn't the answer.
See if we can get it.
See
if we can get it going. But it's one of those things. It's like our free throw shooting has been a lot during the year too. It's guys that are better shooters than that, but it's mental, and you just got to make them. You just got to get that win again and kind of get the feeling good again, and we'll. Got to remind them they're the same guys that went 5-0 the first 5 games.
Yeah.
And some of these games are no tougher. I would say 3 of the 4 teams that we, other than Huntsville, every game was against teams that are no better than the teams that we beat.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of us getting our act back together and, just doing a better job in every area.
Well, shooting oftentimes is contagious, and if you can just get somebody to make a couple, maybe
that's what happened with them tonight. You get a 10-plus point lead, and you're getting open shots, and they're going in, and it's kind of like what happened with us against Union.
Yeah.
It's just like one guy's hitting, Brad starts hitting them, and then everybody's making them. The guys are coming in off the bench, they're making, and everybody's hitting, and it is contagious. There's no doubt about it, and when that score starts to go, and you start to get a 10-plus point lead, and it gets up there, and then next thing you know, it's 20. Then all of a sudden, there's no pressure on the shot. Then you're like shooting in intramurals or church league. Then you're relaxed, and you start expecting it to go in. And that's right now. We got a lot of guys that are expecting the other. And that's not good.
And I will say this about Lee: they were picked last in the preseason poll. That is not the last place team in this conference.
They do a good job, and I give them a lot of credit for what the way they went at us tonight, and we didn't respond. Hopefully, we'll be going there in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, we'll show a little character and bounce back and play a little more like we're capable.
Well, Coach, we'll see you on Saturday.
We'll try again Saturday.
Hopefully, we can figure something out.
At least we don't have to wait a week. So
That's right.
Hopefully, get after it.